Hello, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. In this one, we're going to tell you about the two key facts and aspects of why the police became so highly suspicious of Jolyan Silvera, which led to the arrest and charge of the murder of his wife, Melissa Silvera. So as you know, the initial reported cause of death of Mrs. Silvera was natural cause. That changed legally when the autopsy was released. That is when the police was able to upgrade the case to a homicide investigation. So when Silvera was asked to report to the police station for an interview, he was presented with a photograph. And that photograph that was taken at the murder scene initially, it contradicted his initial statements, which suggested tampering and raised suspicion. This photograph is expected to play a critical role, and it is a good thing that the police had this photograph from the beginning. A Gleaner source back in January reported that the photograph that was taken at the scene is not consistent with the statement Silvera had given prior. So he was questioned by police before, and that is when his attorney kept saying, "My client is not a suspect." So he did not stick to that story when he was brought back in for question. Another aspect of the case that we did not talk about on this channel before was that when the investigators carried out their investigation after the funeral of Melissa Silvera, January 12, they re-interviewed some of the parties who visited the house and also who handled the body. So there was a lot of stuff going on at that house before the authorities got involved. And this is why I personally will forever believe that Miss Little Bit of Blood dressed Melissa's body and did whatever else they asked her to do. And I think she was on that crime scene before she said that she was there. I think she was there the night before. The photograph that is being discussed, in that photograph, there were items of evidential value. However, the investigators have not been able to locate the critical objects captured in the imagery. The same photo was shown to particular individuals who accordingly said that was not how they saw the now deceased when they arrived at the location, which at the very least says the scene was tampered with. So the people who were at the scene who saw Melissa's body were shown the photo and they said, that's not what we saw when we got there. That is very concerning for the police. In addition to that, as I said before, the man changed his statement, his initial statement, and nothing he said matched up with the photograph. In addition to all the inconsistencies, the entire bedroom where Melissa Silvera was found was renovated, as we know, with new furniture, new tiles, new paint job, all of that. So the photograph that the police took initially looked nothing like what the bedroom changed to after Melissa's body was removed from the house. This photograph is going to be a key piece of evidence in the case against Jolyan Silvera, because the photograph also captured a spent casing on the bed. We await the arrest and charge of the other people who are involved, because this is not just a Silvera murder case. There's the trigger man. There are the people who helped clean up, who helped to cover it up, who spent money to help cover it up, and those who knew what happened initially and allow this argument of dying in her sleep peacefully and aneurysm. They should all be brought to trial to testify. Melissa needs justice. And even though Jolyan is the only one in custody right now, the other people should not get away. Even if, for some weird reason, he decides to take the whole rap by himself, everybody who were involved and who are involved in the murder of Melissa should be held accountable. It doesn't matter if he decides not to tell on them. He knows what happened to Melissa and who all are involved. We, the advocates of justice for Melissa, are hoping that the Jamaica Constabulary Force will bring in all the other people who are involved. It is alleged that Mr. Silvera's sister is one of the people who helped to cover it up. We also have a few other names that we will not mention just yet. But we hope that the police are still working diligently to bring justice for Melissa. We don't want the police to rush through anything because we want them to do their job and do it thoroughly. But at the same time, there is a cause for concern that other people who are involved, it may be taking a little too long. Because if those people were acting in the interest of Mr. Silvera to help him, it is not likely that he's going to rat them out. You have Peter Bunting's wife, Anushka Bunting, who was at the scene, who refused to speak to police initially. Why? If your hands are clean, you have no problem speaking to police. So, based on the information that we have, there were people there who saw the body. Yes, people there who saw the body and who participated in the cover-up. They must all be made to pay. This is not fair, what they did to this woman. Certainly, her children will have to live with this pain for the rest of their lives. It is not fair to them either, and the rest of her family. It is so good that the autopsy was done, and it was done thoroughly and with integrity, so that we could know that what they said about her dying in her sleep and from aneurysm, it was not so. Thank God. Because they probably would have gotten away. They almost got away. They're backed and protected by this major political party who, in my view, took part in the cover-up and or complicit. Justice for Melissa Silvera. Guys, make sure you're keeping it locked here to Jamaica Politics Uncovered for your latest political news, reviews, and updates. I'll catch you in the next video.